Hello and welcome to our presentation for the class ECE 542, Using Technologies to Remove Barriers for Students with Disabilities at Georgetown College. We'll be using this presentation to illustrate a variety of classroom technologies that one may utilize or implement within the classroom to facilitate the learning process. Our presentation deals primarily with general technological devices that help all types of learners in your classroom, but are not necessarily associated specifically with assistive or adaptive technologies for students with disabilities. Our goal during this presentation consists of three basic objectives. As previously mentioned, to hopefully enlighten our audience to several different types of technological devices that can be used in the classroom to facilitate the learning process and provide differentiated and engaging lessons. Secondly, to compare and contrast the uses of different technological devices within the classroom. And finally, to understand or recognize different ways these devices can be used to promote learning in a multitude of different content areas. So without further ado, we will go ahead and move on into the first device of our presentation, virtual reality headsets, or as they are more commonly known, VR headsets. Now, VR headsets are technological devices that are relatively new with regard to use in the classroom in comparison with some of the other technological devices we'll be talking about. Primarily, this is due to cost effectiveness and accessibility, but I believe that many schools are beginning to see the benefits that these devices can have in terms of the learning experience. So we are seeing a dramatic rise in the use of these VR headsets for educational purposes. For those of you who are not familiar with the idea of VR, virtual reality is a technology that provides the ability for the user to become immersed in or visit otherwise unattainable locations remotely through computer simulation. Virtual reality can use a variety of gear, for a lack of better terms, but the VR headset, however, refers primarily to the head-mounted device, usually covering the eyes and the ears, that allows the user to interact within that computer simulated experience. And it's the most commonly used and the most accessible device for VR in the classroom. Most of the benefits of VR head use within the classroom are demonstrated through engaging in immersive virtual field trips that can be used in essentially any class setting. These field trips can be completely transformative in the way that your lesson plan is produced. A science teacher, for example, may take his or her students to visit the surface of Mars or down to the bottom of the ocean. A social studies teacher might think about taking his or her class to visit ancient ruins or a historic event like World War II. A world language, on the other hand, might take students to visit a foreign country maybe, or become more immersed in a different culture that they've been learning about. We've listed a few more examples here on this slide, but keep in mind that the beautiful thing about these devices is that virtually nothing is out of reach with VR headsets in the classroom. They can be used for essentially any classroom content, and they allow students to learn through more visceral experiences and in a more kinesthetic environment. Through the use of virtual reality headsets, students are able to not only see, but also hear the environment around them, taking in information and learning without even realizing they're doing so. They are without a doubt an exceptional resource to be used in the classroom setting. In addition to VR headsets, another fantastic technological device that can be used in the classroom is the tablet, which will be discussed by our next presenter, LaBradford Rollins. LaBradford?
Thanks, Samantha. Tablets have become a vital part of many of the classrooms that are across the country. Tablets are mobile devices that contain an operating system, which allows users to load and operate a variety of applications with multiple uses. These devices are highly portable computers that are the size of big telephones. The compact size and lightweight ability allow for users from preschool to high school to use these tablets in fun and educational manners. Some of the most popular tablet brands include Apple iPad Pro and the Air, Samsung Galaxy Tabs, a Pixel Slate, as well as a Dell Latitude. Tablets are beneficial for both students and teachers. Some benefits for teachers include the use of enhanced lectures, electronic grading, mobile lesson plans, as well as sharing those plans to other documents on the go, as well as reducing the amount of paper use in the classroom, which is all a big components of the growing technological age. Some examples for student use is research work. For example, in a biology class that I co-taught in last year, we've used tablets for virtual labs, dissecting frogs. Student use also includes note-taking, talk-to-text, text-to-talk technology. Tablets can also be used for educational applications, presentations for projects, and they allow for paper-free homework if they're allowed to be taken home, which means no more dog ate my homework excuses. Next, Malia will discuss smartboards.
Thanks, LaBradford. A smartboard is an interactive whiteboard. Think of a fancier version of blackboards. It is popular for students of all ages. It can project images you interact with by writing on it or moving it around. This allows teachers to show subjects in a way that all students can understand easier. It is connected to a computer and works with a projector. Instead of a mouse, the boards are touch screens so they can use their fingers to move things around on it. They usually come with different colored pens you can write with. Smartboards and the interactive learning style it provides can give more confidence to students, which makes them more engaged, which allows them to learn more. The smartboard turns a typical classroom into a fun learning environment. It enriches classrooms in several ways by providing hands-on collaboration and creating the perfect learning setting. Benefits of a smartboard. Provides flexibility. Smartboards allow different forms of media, including photos, illustrations, maps, graphs, games, and videos to be displayed. These tools not only enrich the classroom experience, but also help expand the nature of content that is being used in learning. Enhance teaching and learning experiences. Smartboards provide new ways for teachers to teach and students to learn. These tools support a wide variety of learning styles. For instance, visual learners can watch their tutors use the whiteboards to project visual elements, whereas audio learners can listen and have discussions. On the other hand, the boards can come with touchscreen capabilities, which allow tactical learners to touch and interact with the board. Interact and share. The interactive nature of smartboards offers learners an opportunity to share and participate in the instructional process. Every learner has the opportunity to participate or contribute to the presentation or discussion via notebooks and tablets. In addition, the boards provide a rapid assessment whereby learners can receive immediate feedback. Low maintenance. Smartboards are neat and easy to use. There are no hassles cleaning and maintaining whiteboards. The data on the screen can be modified using a specialized highlighting tool or pen. Access to online information and tools. Smartboards allow learners to easily access a rich database of online resources. Teachers can use the wide variety of online information sources such as databases, online video, and news items to reinforce lessons. Going green. Interactive smartboards are also environmentally friendly. They offer teachers an entirely different way of presenting information to students, which eliminates the needs for writing, printing, or photocopying. Technology integration. Smartboards allow the integration of various technologies in order to improve the learning experience. For instance, it is possible to attach tools such as microscopes, document cameras, or video cameras to a whiteboard to aid in instruction and communication. Allow for the connectivity for different locations, making ideal collaboration in distant learning environments. Overall, incorporating smartboards to the classroom environment is likely to change the way teachers impart knowledge to students and at the same time simplifying the learning process for students. Students will find it easy to engage with lessons and gain a better understanding of the overall lesson. It is an ideal tool for any classroom setting. Our next classroom technology is smart tablets, presented by Ashley Taylor.
Thank you, Malia. I know my first question when I began my research is, what is a smart table? A smart table is a multi-touch, multi-user interaction learning center. It is designed to encourage collaboration of students. The table is actually like a gigantic computer. The benefits of a smart table are endless in the classroom, but here are some. It provides hands-on learning more than just pencil and paper. It is bringing technology into our classrooms. It supports simultaneous touches. Multiple students can work at a smart table at once. As you can see in the picture, more than one of the students' hands is on the smart table. It has built-in Wi-Fi. That means you can access the internet and endless possibilities. It is designed with universal design learning. The smart table brings UDL to the fingertips of teachers and students. It brings engagement, representation, action, and expression to every lesson. With simultaneous touches, it supports small groups. This means our students are also learning to work together. Last but definitely not least, smart tables can be used as rewards. It can be used as a work first and then. It can be used on rainy days when you have to have indoor recess, or sometimes students don't even realize they are still working on a lesson that you just taught because they feel they are being rewarded by the smart table. The only thing that I found as a con of the smart tables was how much they cost. The price can go from $5,000 to $10,000 and higher. Many of the schools that I did research on have them through a grant program. Remember how I said smart tables were like a gigantic computer? There is a website where teachers can get additional activities, or teachers can create their own activities. This table is designed for downloading and creating interactive lessons. That is my favorite part of smart tables, is how interactive they are for the students. I listed a few lessons I did research on for each subject, but the possibilities are endless. I even found resources for physical education, speech, calendar time, or circle time. The lessons could be searched by subject or by grade. There is something for every lesson that can be made interactive for our students. Now that I have us all wanting smart tables for our classrooms, Natasha is going to tell us about Chromebooks in the classroom.
Thank you, Ashley. Chromebooks are an incredible opportunity to increase technology in the classroom. Chromebooks are laptops that operate using the Google Chrome's operating system. Chromebooks offer additional resources to teachers, and schools choose Chromebooks because they can be smaller and lighter. They allow cloud access, which allows for collaboration in the classroom. It also allows for enrichment opportunities so that teachers can encourage students to go deeper into the content material that they're covering in the classroom. There are several benefits to Chromebooks. These benefits benefit both teachers and students. They allow students to interact with technology. They allow for collaborative work both with students and then also for teachers. Students have one-to-one access, which allows them to dig deeper into content material and access content material faster that they may not be able to do just within a normal classroom setting without that technology. As a special education teacher, one of the things that I love the most about Chromebooks is that it supports all learners no matter what their abilities are. Chromebooks offer many different resources that creates content that's accessible for all types of learners. This also applies to students in a wide range. Kindergarten students, just like seniors in high school, can use Chromebooks and benefit from the technology. Chromebooks allow for the learning to be extended outside of the classroom, and it allows teachers and students to have access to the latest tools and applications to enhance their learning and increase student engagement. There are several problems that come up with Chromebooks. Some students may not have access to internet is a problem that most schools will hear when considering one-to-one technology using Chromebooks. Some schools will provide students with outside class time, maybe after school or before school, to use the internet at school. The Chrome operating system also allows for students to work offline, and they can access those materials outside of school, and then when they reconnect to the internet, that material will save. Another option is public libraries allow for free Wi-Fi for students. The second problem that comes up often is that Chromebooks are expensive, but many grants are available for schools to offset the cost, and some Chromebook companies offer leasing programs to school at a reduced price. That concludes our technologies presentation. On the next slide, you will have access to the activity. It's a Google form for you to complete some questions regarding the material that you heard in this presentation. And then following the activity slide, we have all of the sources that were used for the material that you just heard in this presentation.